Sometimes in life, it feels like you're backtracking. It feels like you gotta reassess some of the things that you decided on, or whether or not you're as productive as you assume you are. And these moments are really just a sign of self-love, in my opinion. Right, going out of your way to say to yourself, "Hey, I'm not feeling 100%. How do I give myself the serenity that'll bring me back to 100?" And obviously, on a rainy day like this, when you wake up and you already done a couple things in the day, and you have some time. There's so much we can do with our time. There's always a million things that we can come up with to do. What the beauty is in life is knowing that if you spend a certain amount of time doing something, how it's going to make you feel. And also whether or not it's going to move you along and in terms of developing yourself as a person. So whenever you're feeling, a little unbalanced, perhaps even a little upset at yourself, I've always gone out of my way to go to the woods. It's a rainy day, so I don't really feel the urge to walk around, but just sitting in my car in the parking lot and reflecting on some of life's more beautiful things, some of life's more difficult things. I think these moments are really what would form my character, oftentimes, because it's so easy to just distract ourselves, right? It's so easy to not even think about what we're doing and just kind of proceed. I have the luxury currently to think about it. I have the luxury, and I think a lot of people, I think many people do have the luxury of time, if we're balanced in life. But it's just how we use it, really. It's how many, I guess a good thought would be, how many rituals do you have over the course of a week to show yourself love, right? And there's obviously the love that you receive from your friends, your relationships, your family. But I think the deepest love should always be the love that you give to yourself. Because at the end of the day, our perception of the world is everything, right? If we foster negativity, if we foster inequity, injustice, then that will be reflected in everything that we do. I think it's very important to set aside time to consciously think to ourselves the way that we want to think, the way that we want to approach life or issues or problems, so that when those things come along, because they do, we have at least a scope, a foundation on which to build rational thought that's also good for our health, our emotional intelligence. So I was reflecting back at my progress through school, and the difficulties that I had, and I've always had, being in a place where individuality really isn't stressed or valued or taught in any capacity. Well, maybe in some capacity, maybe Socratic seminars, a psychology class, creative writing, anything in the arts, really. There's definitely some emphasis on that. But I'm talking about, like, normal subjects like science or math or history. There's a propensity to sit in a classroom and not necessarily think to ourselves that our ideologies are all that important. To say that we're just going to kind of grind through things and eventually get out in the end. My message to you, if you're going through education right now and you're thinking about what to do in your life, is the way that these things are set up is to tell us that at the end of the road, we will have our careers, and then the rest of our life we're going to spend in our careers. And I don't think that's rational, right? Because there's a lot of moments in between, whether or not we're planning to do side hustles, or if we're planning to go out and make a difference in the world, obviously working, there's always going to be plenty of time in between to think about, you know, what is it in this life that we want? What is it really that we want? And I'll always recommend, always recommend that if you have the time, go and check it out. Go and analyze your life, right? And see where you want to change things up, and how most accurately, how most logically you can change them up so that you are the happiest in the end, that you are the person that you want to be in the end. So I came out to a park, and I'm sitting around here in the rain. I love the rain. I've always loved the rain. It's, to me, my name, Tarab, means dirt, soil, basically. And I've essentially decided that a lot of the things that I enjoy in life actually correspond to that name, because the soil is this kind of rich place where all of these, you know, millions of organisms reside. It takes on essentially anything in its environment and rolls with it, right? Manipulates it and allows other things to grow out of it. And I want my life to be that way. So I think about it consistently, you know, what is the health of my soil? And what better influx than rain, right? Water, the very thing that most of the living organisms in this world require in some form or of another to sustain, to persist. So the rain also has a beautiful ability to not discriminate, right? It falls everywhere. Everything is touched by the rain. Sure, we sit in our houses and whatnot, but I'm talking about like looking around, you know, the animals, the little bugs, the trees, right? Rain is indiscriminatory in terms of its impact on things. And that's why I've always loved it, because in some capacity I want to be that way too, right? If someone comes along that I believe has done some injustice or isn't a particularly morally righteous person, I want to give them the unbiased Tarab. I want to give them the unbiased soul that I'm trying to accrue here. And that in that way, you know, hopefully my actions, my thoughts, my emotions speak volumes about what my purpose in life is, you know, what I intend to accomplish on this planet. So I hope your life is going well. You know, I hope you haven't gone through anything too rough recently. If you haven't, you know, the message I guess you can take away from this video is there's time to reflect. There's time to rethink the way that we want to approach things and how we want to spend our time. If you are going through something, I'll tell you, even if it's rough right now, even if it's it feels like, I don't know, like the world is not a good place, right? I say to you, go look back, look again, and find the beautiful things, right? Like if you had a flashlight in a dark room, what you choose to focus on is up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to you. So I encourage you to focus on the good things, focus on the beautiful things in life, and it will show in who you are as a person and everything that you try to do. So it's a short life at best, right? We only got a couple of springs. Jim Rohn. The quality of that time is always going to be determined by the individual. So I hope that you decide to make your time as soulful and as positive as possible. because it can get hard. It can get really hard, and I'm sure you know. So, you know, put on a smile as much as you can, and realize that the thoughts that you have about life actually form life itself around you. It's this manifestation thing. And take some time to love yourself. You know, it's going to make a big difference in your ability to love other people. I've always said that. Take some time to spend some time. If you made it to this point of the video, smash that like button for me. Throw in a comment. You know, have you felt this type of way? Do you spend time in your life trying to show yourself love? And do you actively search out reasons to be positive and happy? You know. And if you like this video, I made this one over here a little while back about emotional intelligence, about our propensity to lean towards what a lot of society tends to lean towards, which is this kind of outrage culture and this kind of not forgiving people, and really the benefits of not being that way, of being out of the norm, out of what is easy, in my opinion. So check that out. And as always, my friend, actualize your potential. We need you. Take care.